So I'm glad to see you guys again. So I took kind of a little bit of a break just because my phone kind of crashed / I broke it / my mom got COVID. So we're gonna be quarantining until the 8th. So I'm just kind of in a prickle. So I decided to make a video because why not? And it's just nice to see you guys again. So anyway, I made a story called The Herosward and the sequel to it, The Herosward Explaining. So I hope you like it. Once upon a time, there lived a prince. His father was a hero once, long time ago. Now he is a king. How this king was even a king and a hero might be the most asked question in all the land. And it is, and I'll explain why. The prince is named Charles. His father, the king, the hero, is called Alexander. Well, Alexander was a blacksmith, making iron and all sorts of goods. Well, one day, Alexander met a fairy godmother, and they were talking, and more talking. And then the fairy godmother said, "There is a city that's called Herosward, and many crimes there, and the people are desperate for a new king. And how to be a king, Herosward, is if you solve all the crimes. When you solved all the crimes, people will become happy, and they will crown you king. The question is, do you want the job?" "Who, me? I'm just a simple blacksmith. I have no idea how to rule anyone, even a city, even a nation. Also, I'm more of a lover, not a fighter," sighed Alexander. "You, my friend, will be a great ruler and hero. I'll guide you. Besides, I've seen you talk to people. To me, I've seen you take responsibility for things. Alexander, you are made for a king. I know it. You have it of a name of a king. This role is made for you. Anyone can be anything. A blacksmith can be a king, if he wants to," the fairy godmother said confidently. Alexander agreed, so he went be a household name. King gave peace to the city and kingdom for decades. But then something tragic happened. Alexander died. Not murdered, thankfully, but from old age. So now the kingdom and Herosward is in peril. Who's going to be the next king? The next hero? That was on everyone's mind. So Charles was really in a slump here, mostly because his father is dead. People might take the throne from him. They might throw him in the streets. Anything can happen at this point, and we knew it. Because he knew it, he couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, do anything besides to put his legacy on the throne again. So one day, he was sitting on a bench thinking, looking like he would doze off to space. But luckily, he had his coffee, so he wouldn't do that. Before he finished his coffee, the fairy godmother appeared out of the blue. "You're here, finally. Please help me. The kingdom is in peril," demanded Charles, relieved that he is finally going to get some sleep. "Well, I'm glad to see you too. And yes, I know about the kingdom. It's terrible, but I think I can help. Actually, that is why I'm here. I have a job for you. There's been bandits running all over the kingdom and the capital, Herosward, stealing jewels, necklaces, and all the stuff that bling. They steal, so I want you to take all of them to prison, and then you will be a hero and get your throne back." The fairy godmother, "You're the best. Thank you," said gleefully. "Of course. Anytime. See you in a few decades," fairy godmother said cheerfully and vanished out of sight. Then Charles ran back to the castle and had a good night's rest. Then in the morning, Charles ran across the kingdom for several weeks, tracking all the bad guys, put them in prison, put all the belongings back where they came from. Then the people got happy. Charles got crowned king, got the throne, and the kingdom was in peace once more. And Alexander and his legacy continued on the coming weeks as a blacksmith in that could do anything. The end. Okay, now Herosward in explaining. Wow, that's an amazing story of your past. But still, it doesn't make sense, a brunette lady said, confused. Well, oh hi, didn't see you there. You wondering what's going on? I'll explain. I'm Princess Anastasia, but everyone calls me Anna. My great-grandfather and grandfather were household names in the kingdom called Herosward. Everyone thinks it's a city, but it's actually a kingdom. Now, my father, King Louis, was also king, but he was not a hero. You may ask, isn't that good? Well, if anyone knows about Herosward, you have to be a hero before you become king. So the people will know that you're a brave and great guy and that will be trusted for the throne. So now you may ask, how did your father become king if he's not a hero? That's also a good question. He was not like any king in Herosward. When King Charles died, the era was still peaceful. Like King Charles didn't want anything bad to happen to his son. So King Louis took the throne with no commotion, no violence. It's like time stopped when his father died. It still felt that way when King Louis was king. Then a few decades went. King Louis was still ruling. People were unsettled by the silence and peace. They were confused. Why was there no commotion in Herosward? Because Herosward is a place when a king dies, things start to get out of hand. War breaks out. Because of this was the first time in Herosward history when a king didn't fight for a throne, have a fairy godmother's help get to the throne. It felt unsettling, felt strange, felt like heaven. It felt like something was going on and the public didn't know about. And they were going to find out. So the brunette lady that I was talking to right now, she's a journalist and her name is Patricia. She wants to know what's going on. Well, I can't tell her what's going on, or it would be even worse than what's going on. Hello, you told me the same thing every other subject of the court told me. King Louis is great, and King Charles didn't want an outbreak. That doesn't explain why there's no outbreak. I don't want lies. I need the truth. I thought our kings loved the public, not ashamed of the truth, Patricia said coldly. Sorry you don't stand peace, but this is for the best, I pleaded. This is not for the best. You're just sugarcoating us to make yourselves more powerful, Patricia said, losing her temper. Okay, that's enough questions for today. You need to leave, Soldier answered for me. I'm not leaving. I need answers. Trisha could answer some more. A soldier said, leave. Fine, but I'm coming back tomorrow for answers. You better give it to me. Trisha stormed away and I started to cry. You okay? The soldier said quietly. Of course I'm not okay. None of this is okay. We are supposed to help the public, to make them love us, not mad and angry that we're lying to them. Screamed, this is for the best, Miss Anna. There's nothing else we can do, the soldier said anxiously. Yeah, well, lying is not an option. And then I stormed off. Then when I went to my room, sister was in there reading. Is there anywhere I can be alone? Screamed. Wow, what happened? Did you talk with those journalists again? Sister Claire asked. Leave my room, I said, but greeted teeth, and I didn't answer her question, but she wouldn't budge. That's why I cut myself from the public, because I couldn't handle the anger, whispered Claire. We're supposed to help the public, not make a war, I screamed and hid myself in the pillow and started crying. Wow, did she or he got to you that bad? Claire asked, concerned. That's the worst. I can't believe he would do that to his father and keep it a secret, started to cry harder. I know it's hard. You know that he will never say to anyone. He wants to be king so bad, demanded Claire, now in tears. Well, we got to do something, I demanded. I think I know somebody who can help, Claire said, starting to smile. And poof, the savior was here, the fairy godmother. Hello, Anna and Claire. Do you want some advice and help? The fairy godmother sarcastically. Where have you been all this time? For 5 decades, we've had peace and unsettled public. Do you know what that means? I asked hotly, Claire crying even harder. It's your father's choice to kick me out of the court, not my choice. Besides, do you want to hear for or not? Asked the fairy godmother, still in a mocking tone. Well, no, I didn't answer for me. Yes. Fine. How to resolve the situation is if you confront him, kill him, tell the public his ways, Godmother said, still in a mocking tone. Tell us an actual plan, not your pain. I shouted. Fine. Tell the public what happened and send your father to jail, Godmother said, annoyed, poofed away. Well, now we have a plan. Let's go, I said more enthusiastically. So when I and Claire told the public what happened, and the public started a scandal. And you know what scandal was? King murdered his father for the sake of the throne. Kill him. It was all over the papers, so I had to assure people put my father to prison, and I did. Then they made me queen, which is actually a first time in history in Herosward, to have a woman to rule a country by herself without a man. Hey, which I'm glad about. So now I'm asking you readers, will you fight for what you believe is right, or stay put and not say anything about what's right and wrong? Well, while you're thinking about that, I better run off. I have a country run. Bye, readers. The end. So I hope you enjoyed. And seriously though, guys, would you stand up for your rights or would you not? Comment down below. I want to know your answers. I want to know your answers and reasonings. Okay, see you soon.